Tell me when we're starting. Already? Wait a second.
Is there something you can do to make the show better?
Oh, my head hurts.
I asked my dog what 2 minus 2 was. He said nothing. Okay, we can get started.
Oh my gosh, was that a joke?
Lessie will be appearing at the Comedy Barn this summer. Hey, friends, good day. Welcome to This Is Real. I'm JP Miller.
And I'm Lessie McCarter.
I'm the host. Leslie's my assistant. We're glad you're here today. Don't you almost spill my coffee. We've got
I am not his assistant.
Fun-filled show.
Do not leave, because at the end of the show, we are doing something fun that might include a tortilla.
I just want to give a shout out. Part of me being a celebrity on YouTube is endorsements.
Did you say 3D Fat House?
3D Fat House starring JP Miller. It's 3D
It's
Fit
his
House,
only
folks,
sign.
established in 2011. Located right here in the Smoky Mountains, 3D Fit House is conveniently located on Dolly Parton Parkway in Sevierville. It's a little slice of heaven if you're wanting to get back into shape for mental clarity or physical strength. Check them out at 3D.com.
No, it's not 3D.com. Waylon, insert our information. We also do online personal training. So if you're someone that doesn't live here.
If you would like to look like me, no, I'm a work in progress.
He has been doing really good. He has been working out somewhat consistently 2 to 3 days a week. But
Somewhat?
So you have missed some.
Because of sickness and disease
This
and
week,
death.
and yard sales. This Friday, you're not coming. You're like, by the way, I can't work out tomorrow because I got a yard sale.
Speaking of new shows, Lessie, tell us about your new channel.
So for a long time, I've been on Facebook, and I have shared different things on Facebook and my Instagram page. Mainly, I would type out things that the Lord has shown me, whether it's a dream, whether it's a word.
A message and encouragement.
Anything. But most of the times, and at all these years, I just thought it was just like, okay, the Lord was giving me these things to share in my own life, or to encourage me. And I would share them to people, and I would get so many people that would message me and be like, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. And I'm like, this is impacting you. We need to share more because everyone's going through so much stuff and the world is crazy and we need to encourage each other. So the past couple months, the Lord has been giving my daughter some dreams, and he's given me some dreams and visions and some words. And so I just started everybody relates to a video, even if it's a short clip. They like to see movement. They like to see, whatever. And so I decided to start making little video clips, and I just started my own YouTube channel. It's called Calling the Remnant with Lessie McCarter, and Waylon can put the link in there. And it's more stuff. They're very short. Sometimes I'll do a short, quick clip, just an encouragement of the day, or I've shared dreams and visions, and all sorts of things. So I would love for you guys to follow that channel as well.
But it's called
we get to
what? Walking in the Darkness. What did you say?
Calling the Remnant.
Calling the Remnant. Why don't you just call it Lessie McCarter? That would be so much easier.
No.
You're not even a seamstress, and you're saying remnant.
Do you know what remnant is?
A remnant is like a hole in your coat.
No, a remnant in the Bible is what's left. The last group of people that are really following the Lord, that are really paying attention to His word and following Him and loving Him and serving Him. It's only going to be a very small remnant, unfortunately. But God is calling us. He's calling the remnant, and He's wanting, of course. He wants us to share our faith, and so that's why I called it that.
A lot of people have been asking, hey, JP, do some of your accents, your characters. And I was like, sure.
Hey,
I don't know if
I don't think
said that.
anybody's
Thanks,
asked.
guys. I've got those messages.
No.
And also...
You don't even answer your messenger or your text.
You know what grinds my gears? That's my...
Segue?
Yeah. What's it called when people live up north? Not Yankees, but
Northerners?
Look.
People that live up north,
Look, our viewers are getting off right now.
Fishermen in that area. What's that called? Like the wharf.
What?
I grew up on the wharf with my friend Bogley. We had a rough time growing up on the shores of East Maryland. Okay? And I'm going to say, you know what grinds my gears?
What grinds your gears, JP?
What's that?
I don't know.
Try to do Italian.
I don't know.
That's Italian.
Mamma mia. Yeah, Papa Pia. Baby got the diarrhea. We used to sing this awful song.
What?
Back to awful accents
And
with J.P. Miller.
action. Hey, you know what grinds my gears? Lots of stuff, but I'm going to tell you today. Oh, I'm on the wrong camera. I'm going to tell you today what grinds my gears. So imagine you're at a karate competition, right? Your kids are up there doing karates and all this. It's time for them to break the boards. One of my sons from years ago named Clayton Blackwood, that I had at the children's home, he was a karate expert or taekwondo or something. And
Show.
he punched this board, and it was a plastic board that was broken already, and he just popped it, and it just went, meh, and I'm like, that's not wood. That's not very real. That really grinds my gears when karate people chop plastic boards and pretend like they're real. Leslie?
What did the baby corn say to the mama corn?
You can't laugh.
Where's popcorn? Do you get it? Mama, baby, popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was cute.
You're cute, baby.
I already laughed
All
before.
she does is just Google stuff. She can't think of anything
I
original.
can't. Oh,
like,
I am
you know
not-
what grinds my
Oh,
gears?
God.
But Leslie was like, I only like gravy if there's chunks of meat in it,
I do.
preferably squirrels.
Squirrels? Ew.
So I was talking to someone the other
Possum.
day, and they said something, and they're like, well, aren't they rich, meaning you guys?
Everyone thinks that we are because you tell everybody
I know.
every
He's like,
show.
well, don't they have a plane? I'm like, it's a joke, dork.
See? See
So,
what you've done?
see, spot, run. Leslie?
How do you follow Will Smith in the snow?
Will Smith? Not sure.
You follow his Fresh Prince.
That's cute. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. On the playground is where I spent
most of my days.
chilling out, relaxing. Outside of the school when a couple of guys that were up to no
good
started making
waves in the neighborhood.
Waves.
trouble.
Trouble. Spit on
Started making trouble.
trouble in the neighborhood.
Sorry, I
Oh.
just choked on my mint.
Oh.
Something. And my auntie got,
This
and
is,
my mom
if you're
got
choking,
scared.
you have to go like this.
She said, "You're moving with your uncle and your auntie to Bel Air."
Choking.
No one cares that you're choking.
I pulled up to the house and I said to the cabbie, hello, smell you later. Looked at my
Friend,
kingdom. I was finally,
there,
and I took my place on the throne as the Prince of
Bel Air.
That was awful.
What?
Hashtag what? And we are back. Hello, I'm JP Miller. This is a devotion called This Day with JP Miller.
Wow.
I was going to talk about, we were sitting in church Sunday and the pastor, he was preaching and he was talking about the importance of community and small groups. I was thinking about how different life was for me in church as it is now in church, because we didn't have small groups. It was like
Sunday school, maybe, and then
we didn't. You went to church, but the fellowship was kind of built in more than it is now. And I think one thing is our schedules are quite different.
Yeah.
We're busier, and with more technology comes more stuff, to do.
and more
And I
distractions.
remember at church, like my mom was a Sunday school teacher, and so like she would go during the week, like to church, clean her room, get it ready, decorate, or whatever she had to do. And now that doesn't happen. They alternate, schedules are crazy.
Well, in this day and time, there's so many services. Churches are growing, and you have an early service, you have a late service, so you don't really. There's not a lot of time for that. This is where JP's getting to, is that Sunday, you have so much time to get in there and we worship and spending time and then whatever. You don't always have that time to fellowship. And there's some people that are like, I just don't really feel like I know anybody, or, I don't feel connected. That is what small groups is about.
And back in the day, it was more like Sunday school, and you naturally went out to dinner, or went to your grandma's or someone's house. It's just a different day.
It is.
And I've realized how important community is. We're designed for community.
Okay, so you're talking about the importance of small groups and how Pastor Anthony has encouraged us to come to these so you can fellowship and get to know people. And this is where you really get plugged in.
And I get because I kind of still don't want to be plugged in a little bit. Like there's, so I was hurt joining the club, right? From the last church I was a part of. And that was like, what, 7 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of people have church hurt.
Church hurt. And I've realized, I've learned about church trauma. Is that what I called it? Religious
Church
trauma.
Yeah.
And so I kind of don't want to make friends at this new church because I felt like at my last church, my friends were kind of like, you know, and I kind of
People
got
that you
kicked
thought
out.
would be there forever. Or
Forever.
that would stand by you no matter what you're going through.
And I get it. It's not God, it's people, blah, 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 blah. But the point of it is I'm kind of still like,
Well, you build up a wall.
yeah, I don't want to allow new people into my life, especially in church, because those are the people that have hurt me.
You're right.
So it's kind of easier to be lonely or, you know, my circle is very, 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 very small. I went to a small group and I just forgot what it was like to just kind of sit there and talk to people, especially I don't know and they don't know me. And so,
but you all can relate in some way, not in every way, but there is
anything. I mean, it's just people, you know, we're all people. We all are cold and hot and cry and get headaches and, you know, are hungry
have
and
kids and
whatever.
issues and whatever.
And so, you know, I forgot like how just to connect with people because I like to kind of get to church when it starts and then leave as soon as it's over so I don't have to talk to anyone and I don't have to make relationships with people. And I know that sounds awful, but, you know, it's just something
important.
I've kind of got to get.
One of my friends who I've met, who's going to our church now too, she was not going to go to Connect group. She even posted that whole thing on Facebook, and Pastor Anthony ended up using it. But her son goes to youth group with my daughter at the same time, and he was like, you know, her son at first didn't really want to go, and then he was like, yeah, I want to go tonight. And so she was like, okay. And then she was going to try to get out of going to a small group. You know what I mean? Because the small groups run at the same time as youth group time. Well, she ends up going, and she said she loved it. She ended up getting in a small group with parents who have teens so they can relate. She said it was so awesome.
The things that have God's kind of placed into my life that I didn't plan, although I still think it's planned, and I've planned a lot of good stuff and it's happened, and I've sought direction. But like when I was a youth pastor, that was not in my plans. Right. I did not want to do it. Yeah. I felt like I was supposed to do it spiritually, and it was one of the best things I've ever done. Mission trips kind of happened accidentally, and then I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. Working at the children's home, even doing like television and radio and stuff, because I was like, I want to be a singer. And so I have sung and stuff, but now it's like I'm more of a host, you know, or interviewer, and I like that better. You know, because it's not like I have the best voice in the world. I can carry a tune sometimes.
What?
Check out my music on iTunes. Waylon, insert picture of my latest album.
I think the thing is through all the years of you being a youth pastor and the mission trips and all the things you've done and singing and getting out there and taking that step forward and maybe going to do that thing you didn't want to, you've made connections, right? You've met people. Things have happened along the way. God doesn't want us to be hermit crabs and just live by ourselves, and then we're lonely and we're depressed and we're in a funk. He has given us other people to uplift us and encourage us.
You know, we're designed to fellowship. We're designed to have community, and the people that you have community with matter. If you're around, you know, if you are having trouble in your marriage and you're friends with people that have bad marriages, you're going to get a divorce. If you're struggling with addiction to pills and you're friends with the drug addicts
and you're hanging out with them, you're going to keep going and you're going downhill.
So it's like misery loves company, right? But so does Jesus, you know, so does celebrating. So surround yourself with people that can encourage you, pour into you, love you, and you can love them. You know, get out of yourself.
1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, therefore, encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing. Hebrews 10:25 says, not neglecting to meet together is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near. Proverbs 27:17, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. Matthew 18:20, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am among them. Guys, it's so important to fellowship with other people. Yes, your alone time with Christ has got to be number one.
And you don't have to have it to live, but you know what I mean? Like you can live a life and be like a hermit crab and love the Lord and, you know, be a nun or a monk or whatever and stay in your room.
But what is the one of the number one commandments?
Oh, what's the whole theme of Christianity?
Is love. Is love. And how can you love other people and show love when you're not even around other people?
Well, you could send them a check.
Yeah, you could do other things, but the point is that everyone can do something, but most of us can. If you're not involved and you haven't found that church that you need to get plugged into, pray about it. Go test and ask the Lord to show you the right one, and then get connected with small groups. I started a Purpose Chasers women's ministry a year ago. I literally walked outside my bedroom door one day and I was like, Lord, you have blessed me and my husband with this beautiful little home. We live right on the lake, and we have this outdoor seating area that's huge. And I remember walking out and looking outside and saying, like, I want to bless others and open this up to, to other women and start a Bible study. I was attending a few, but I know that the Lord is going to send people just right across my path that want to, encourage each other, and he has. It's funny. He has drawn this group of women who we all build each other up and pray with each other. And, and we have new people. Sometimes there'll be 3 people that show up. Sometimes there's 20. It just depends on the day. But we meet once or twice a month. They just come to my house.
Do you provide snacks?
We provide snacks. Sometimes
Like
I'll do a little
snacks?
like cooking, healthy snacks.
Like meat?
Yeah, like meat and veggies and fruit and different things.
Am I allowed to
Sometimes we
come?
meet it's just for women.
I know, but what if I'm hungry?
Well, then I'll give you some food.
Thanks.
So as we're wrapping up today,
It's important. Community is important.
it is important.
Going to church is important. Like, I get like wanting to stay home because you don't want to take a shower or get dressed, or you could even watch it on TV or whatever on your phone.
I do want to insert something. It just came into my mind is, guys, even Jesus wanted fellowship. Look at his life.
He needed it.
He spent, a lot of times in the Bible, he would go off to a quiet place. It said, so he was alone with his Father by himself, alone. He needed that alone one-on-one time, prayer, whatever it was. But then he came back together with his disciples. Why? They were not perfect, but they were trying their best to serve him. And he needed that fellowship. He laughed with them. He cried with them.
They lived life together.
Those were his people, even though they weren't perfect, but he knew that they were going to be around him when, all these things that were going to go on. And then there was times where he was around huge groups of people when they were, casting out demons, praying for people, doing ministry. But then that wasn't very often. I mean, there was moments in their life where he did that, but then we would go back just to be around the disciples. And then a lot of times he was just by himself. We need that. You need to find that group of people that your disciples, your fellowship that you can trust, that are serving Christ, that are not going to bring you down. And if there are people that are bringing you down, you need to remove yourself. Just like JP said, if you hang out with addicts and you're an addict, you're going to still be an addict. If your marriage is going to fail, if your people are putting in your ear all the time, well, just give it up or just do because that's what happened to them and that's what they're kind of doing. And listen, I've been there and I've done that. I've hung out with all sorts of people that have encouraged me to go a different route when really I knew deep down that I should have been listening to the Lord, the Holy Spirit, or going to a pastor or someone, when me and Waylon were going through our marriage stuff. The whole point is get a small groups, whether it's a Bible study group, a women's ministry. If you do live here in Sevier County and you want to join mine, message us, and I would love to. I'm on Facebook, Lessie McCarter. Just private message me.
And she has snacks.
I do have snacks. But find a group to connect with, a group of people that are going to love on you and encourage you and pray with you. Truly. Doesn't mean that they're going to be there at every.
Encourage and just live, like you said. Jesus and God loved to throw a party. Jesus was down to have dinner at someone's house and everyone's coming over. You know what I mean? Like, I love doing that. Like, back home at mom's, like, we'll have dinner and like 20 people will come and our house is this big, But that's Jesus liked to be together. He liked to be with his family, the people that he chose to share life with, because we're designed to do that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We want you to do that. We have a special prize for you now. For the last 3 years, go get the trophy. Lessie McCarter has been the winning dance choreographer coach for Sevier County's Dancing with the Stars that benefits the United Way. Lessie, who manages 3D Fit House, is a sought-after coach and choreographer.
Stop talking.
Why? She has won for the last 3 years, 2 years.
If you're counting this year, because we're going to win.
To be the coach for the winning team from 2 people from the community. These are the trophies that she won before. And this year, do you know who's dancing? That's right. JP Miller from This Is Real and Becky Luminous from
my gosh.
Becky Luminous
Her name
Construction.
is Becky Loomis.
And she also is a fan on This Is Real, and that's why she was selected. We selected a fan from This Is Real to dance with
we
me.
did not.
Let's insert a picture of me and Becky and Lessie and our dancing techniques and tell us about it.
So, yes, like JB said, we're going to make this quick and then we're going to do the tortilla challenge. So, Dancing with the Stars United Way here in Sevier County does an event every year. It's the hottest event in Sevier County. Everybody comes, we dress up, we have a ton of fun, and all the choreographers that
and
are
how
chosen.
much money is raised for United Way?
I mean, hundreds of thousands. Last year it was like, our team alone just raised $42,000 last year.
So we need your help. We're going to be calling on you for stuff like to buy tickets or if you want to make a donation.
You can come to events that we're going to be holding in the next 6 months because our event isn't until February. And so we are going to be doing.
But we have to do some fundraisers.
We have to do some fundraisers.
And we need stuff for an auction. And we might do an auction like online too, where it's like, this is a homemade quilt from Betty Luminous. And then this is an autographed photo of JP and Lessie of This Is Real. You know what I mean? Like we will auction off a vacation to the Smokies.
So back to real talk is I get to be JP's choreographer, and he's partnered with Becky Loomis Snyder. Her and her family own Loomis Construction. Me and Becky have been best friends since high school. Anyways, cut to the take of us doing the tortilla challenge. Hey guys, I'm Leslie.
I'm JP.
I'm Becky.
We are the champions.
Every single year we compete, and our goal is to win this beautiful thing, but also our goal is to raise a ton of money for the United Way of Sevier County. This year I've been partnered up with my friend JP Miller, my longtime best friend from high school, Becky Loomis Snyder.
First, the girls each get a regular tortilla. I got Lessie a special one because she is organic.
That's what green means, organic.
Here is a green tortilla shell, and the goal is put water in your cheeks, and then
And not
someone
spit it out.
else smashes you in the face with a tortilla. Am I supposed to swallow water too? Oh, am I doing it as well? Let me get a sip of water. Guys, we'll be right back. Mm. This is horrible. Mm. Really? I broke the tortilla.
Me and Becky are like literally peeing on each Here, do you need to do one? Not her ear.
You move. These are still good.
The look in his eye. The look in his eye was literally death. The death slap. I felt it coming. Anyways, guys,
Thanks for being with us.
thanks for being with us today. Vote for JP Miller, Becky Snyder, and the Lessie McCarter team. We're going to be showing you guys clips here and there of this fun journey. Our event is February of 2023, and rehearsals start now.